Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Duckster, and today I wanted to make more of a fun, lengthy video that has nothing to do with news and has to do more with my personal interest. In today's video, we will be ranking all of the 3D Mario games in celebration of the hopefully coming remasters of all the 3D Mario games. So without further ado, here are all of the Mario games ranked in my personal, honest opinion. If you agree, make sure to like the video, and if you disagree, tell me in the comments. Alright, let's get this video started. Coming in at number 7, we have Super Mario 3D Land. Now, this list is extremely difficult because every 3D Mario game is a fantastic game on its own. The thing about Super Mario 3D Land is just, it really doesn't match up to the other games gameplay-wise. I mean, it has its moments with the Tanuki suit in 3D and everything like that. The levels are very creative, and they kind of feel like 3D World, when 3D World was supposed to be that transition from the 3DS to the Wii U. It really feels like, you know, it's at the same quality of it. I really like 3D Land, but honestly, it's not at the top of my list. Plus, I just played it within the last coming year. I just finished the game recently, about 6 months ago. I did really like it, but it had to be my least favorite 3D Mario game because the creativity is not there, I guess. There is a lot of stuff that's good with it creative-wise. Like, we get to see a lot of new stuff. It's like playing a 2D game in 3D. It's exactly what it's going for. But I really don't see how this game can match up to any of the other greats that are going to be on this list, since this game is just kinda okay compared to them. I'd have to say, there's a lot of good, like, introductions in this game, like the Tanuki suit in 3D. Like I said, that's a great addition to the game. I really like that and how it works. It's just a great game overall. But the thing is, you can have a bunch of greats, but there's gonna be one great that kind of stands out, and that's this one. It doesn't, I mean, stands out in like a bad way. I mean, it's creative. It's a Mario game. It's a 3D Mario game. It's normal. I mean, it doesn't really try to be anything more than just a standard 3D Mario game. If you were to go to a patch and you had you have these 3 Mario games growing on these plants, right? So, yeah, that's weird for me to say, but it's a weird metaphor. But if you were to pick the plainest thing you could see out of all these 3D Mario games growing on the plants, this would be the game, because it honestly is just the most bare bones thing you could do with a 3D Mario game, besides just making it a white screen with Mario running around on it. Yeah, it's probably the most bare bones thing you could do with a 3D Mario game with a genuine concept behind it. Although, the beginning cutscene is really cool. I like that. I don't know why that's such a big thing with me, but I actually like the beginning cutscene. It puts me in like that new Super Mario Bros. DS mood, and I really like it. So, yeah, number 7 is Super Mario 3D Land. Coming in at number 6, we have one you guys are going to hate me for. Coming in at number 6, we have Super Mario 64. Now, I know, come punch me. Like, come kill me, honestly. Like, I know there's a lot of love for Super Mario 64, and I 100% get it. It's a great game, and it was great for its time, and everything about it is just a great game. I mean, the platforming's great. I'll get to that in a second, but the platforming's great, I guess. I'll talk about it in a minute. But the game is really balanced in the way that it's kind of like an older game, so it really works in that sense. And I feel like if this had so many opportunities to go completely south. This had so many opportunities to go completely south, like the game I just mentioned. Yeah. So this game was really good. I mean, but we're gonna get into the flaws and why it's so far down on my list. So I talked about the good things. I really like the gameplay mechanics. The story is cool in 3D. It's cool. It was probably cool at the time to see what a 2D story like Mario could be put into 3D and kind of a different concept. The story is cool. I really like that, and I really like the culture that 64 carries throughout the years. It's really become something absolutely fantastic, and it's really awe-inspiring to see everything that it has generated, like the speedrun community, the modding community. It is honestly amazing. Now, we need to kind of take off our nostalgia glasses for a second and kind of just look at the game as a game. Super Mario 64 is not a good game. On its own, it's really not a good game. I say it's a great game when I'm talking about it because I talk about more of what came after it, and what the game is kind of like in some levels is absolutely fantastic. The music is great, but let's talk about the platforming. It's not a good game in that sense. I mean, it's really old. It's really dated. I think as much as people love Super Mario 64, they ignore how dated the actual gameplay is. Like, the way that Mario jumps is really uncomfortable. The way the camera controls is extremely uncomfortable, and somehow they made that worse in the DS version. But everything is just not really complete about it, and you can't really blame that. At the time that it came out, not everything was ready for 3D games. Although 3D games existed for a decent amount of time, 3D games were obviously not at their peak for technology, and they still aren't. But they're definitely gradually improving. And it came out at a time where this is probably the best 3D game to come out at that time. I mean, it's a great game for its time, but it has not aged well. Let's just talk about that. I mean, it's just not really the best game to age. I mean, the quality has decreased over the years. As much as you guys love it, or as much as I love it and want to like admit, because I played it when I was younger, as much as I want it, I have to admit it's just like not the best. It feels sad saying it, but you know, the way it aged was just not good. And yeah, unfortunately I have to put Super Mario 64 at number 6. It just doesn't really compare to the other ones with the gameplay. And yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but here's our number 5 pick. Coming in at number 5, we have Super Mario 3D World. Super Mario 3D World is really good. Let's get that through. Super Mario 3D World is a really good game, and it's really creative, especially a really big step away from 3D Land. 3D Land was creative, I guess you could say, but it's creative in just a bare bones Mario kind of way. The way 3D World is creative, it's just amazing. There's a bunch of concepts. The love it has for Galaxy, the cat suit, even the way they did Tanuki suit, I'd say would be better than 3D World, 3D Land in that sense, because, you know, 3D World has a bunch of stuff going for it. Obviously, this game was made for family fun, stuff like that. I mean, its difficulty is not crazy until you get to the final levels, but the difficulty is not crazy until that point. A lot of the levels I love in 3D World. One of my favorites is the Dojo level. It just looks fantastic, and it obviously inspired Bowser's Kingdom and Super Mario Odyssey. I really like the final level. I was showing the gameplay recently. That is the final level in the game, and is insanely difficult if you've never played it before. It's called Champion's Road. It's insane, and I just really like the difficulty and the creativity in this game. I don't know, it kind of just strikes me as something good. I mean, it looks really good for the Wii U. There was a lot of shitters on the Wii U, let's be honest. There's a lot of games that looked really bad on the Wii U. But this was one of those games that looked really good in my personal opinion. It kind of had that glow to it, and I really liked it. When I first played through it, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but playing it within the recent year, I have absolutely loved Super Mario 3D World. That's all I can really say about it. Now, on to our number 4 pick. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have Super Mario Sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine, I have never fully played through, so don't yell at me for judging it at number 4. But I'm just taking this off of what everyone else says. I mean, you can do with that as you will. I mean, I probably shouldn't be branching off of other opinions. It's not my own. But from what I've experienced, only a couple minutes of Super Mario Sunshine on an emulator, it has potential. Especially for a remake, it has major potential. The game looks fun to speedrun, the game looks fun to play, but those controls, man, oh my god. Gameplay is fantastic. The voice acting, it's so cringy, but I absolutely love it. The voice acting is something that is absolutely amazing. I hope you guys can agree with me on that, because the voice acting immerses you, even though it kind of immerses you in a stupid way that you would not, like, ever expect. But I say stupid, but I mean more like a fun and kind of like carefree way. Obviously, they wanted to try something new, and they didn't do it again, which is really unfortunate. I mean, not really unfortunate, because it kind of gave Sunshine its own personality. But it's really unfortunate that they're probably not going to use this style again, even if they were to make a sequel to Sunshine. I will make a video on that in the future, but Sunshine has so much potential. Its controls are just so bad. I cannot lightly hold down, everything like that. It doesn't work on an emulator. I mentioned that in one of my 3D remakes discussion videos. I literally hate how much that operates. It's just so bad. I mean, it has potential. If it were to be moved over to like something like the Pro Controller on the Switch, remakes, hopefully, let's pray, guys. Let's pray that we get that. If it were to be moved over there, I think it would have so much more potential, and I would be so happy. So, yeah, Sunshine's a really good game. Also, the story is really good. I really like the story. I mentioned that with the voice acting, kind of, but the story is really good. Everything about the story is fantastic. I'm sad it's not explored anymore. And I'm sad. I hope that Bowser Jr. gets his conclusion as a character, even though Mario will carry on for many years. I hope Bowser Jr. gets his conclusion as a character, because obviously they started some kind of character arc for him in this game that wasn't completed in the Galaxy games. Well, we can kind of see he's becoming an apprentice in those games, and that's cool. We can see that these exist within the same universe, but you know, it's really a good game. Honestly, it's a good game. I say it's better than 3D World because it has more personality than 3D World, and it has more personality than 3D Land, and it's less dated, although the controls suck so bad. It's less dated than 64, just with graphics wise. I mean, you're gonna say that's unfair, but Sunshine definitely looks better, and its potential to look good is just something that I'm really hyped to see if we were getting those remakes. Also, I love the way Flood controls. Flood controls really good, and honestly, I like his character too. Everything about him's cool. I like the unlockability, how the unlocks work, how you progressively get different caps for him. I really like that system, and I hope we see something like that again in a Mario game. So, we're going to be moving on to our top 3. Coming in at number 3 is something that's going to surprise you guys, especially if you know me as a person. Coming in at number 3 is Super Mario Galaxy 2. Yeah, I really put a Galaxy game before 2 other games. That's surprising, because most people would think the top two games would be Galaxy and Galaxy 2. That's not the case, because Galaxy 2 is just more of Galaxy. I love Galaxy, but I don't have that nostalgia connection I have with Galaxy and Galaxy 2. Now you're just saying I'm judging a game off of nostalgia, but let's actually judge Galaxy 2 as a game. It's more Galaxy, but it's kind of worse. I don't mean to be mean on that, but it's not as great. I mean, the hub world is fantastic, but you don't have much to explore on it. And the way you traverse worlds is obviously much easier than Galaxy. I do prefer that method, but it kind of takes you out of the immersion, just for me personally. Again, this is my personal list, and you don't have to agree with me, but I guess that's just something that takes me out of it. I really like the game as a whole, though. It's a really great game. I mean, the platforming's fantastic. It's everything that Galaxy had, just again. There's nothing changed. I mean, there's a lot of interesting concepts beside the fucking bird. There's a lot of new stuff that I really like. I cannot wait to see what this could look like in a remastered form. I'm really excited to see something like that, maybe even a Galaxy 3, to expand on this concept in an HD way. I don't think Galaxy 2 was one to be mentioned being remade. I know I talk about that so much, but that has to be my favorite Nintendo news in the last month. That has given me hope through all these stressful times. That is what given me all this hope, so I really like talking about it. So, yeah, I'd have to say that Galaxy 2 is number 3, despite Galaxy games probably being my favorite. I have to take off my nostalgia for these and say this one's not that great, and it's definitely not as good as Galaxy. Coming in at number 2 should be no surprise to you guys. That is Super Mario Odyssey. What a fantastic game. I am punching my hand right now. I absolutely love Super Mario Odyssey. I had no idea what was gonna happen in this game. No fucking clue. I went into it completely blind and came out the other end looking like this. I was starstruck by this game, man. If you haven't played this game, fuck you. Get out there and go play this game, dude. It's so good. Every gameplay mechanic is fantastic. Cappy, the kingdoms, everything. I'm not even kidding you. I don't think there's a single flaw with this game. Besides the fact that it gets absolutely no love from Nintendo anymore, which isn't really the game's fault. I would say that's the only flaw with it, but that's not really a flaw. Like I said, it's not its fault that Nintendo kind of hates Odyssey. They also hate the Mario Kart on the Switch. But, you know, I don't know why they don't give it enough attention. It's a fantastic game. I love everything about Odyssey. It's so colorful. It's amazing. I mean, it's just so, like, it's that modern Mario that we all needed with that fantastic story and those great cutscenes. It is just something we need with the costumes. Wow, the costumes. Why haven't we gotten that in other games? That doesn't even make a flicker of sense to me. Why haven't we got costumes in other games? I mean, just every hint of all games that have ever come out for 3D Mario, every single hint of them is in this game. And you can just tell it is all those ideas combined into one massive, fantastic game. Odyssey's an easy 10 out of 10. and I would even say it's one of the best games on the Switch, or it is the best game on the Switch. And yes, it's better than Breath of the Wild. Despite Breath of the Wild being a fantastic game, Odyssey is more accessible for younger people, and I feel that's where the appeal comes in for Odyssey over Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is for an older tween audience. It is very complex once you get to some certain levels. I've seen older people struggle at these levels. But Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game. But this is not a video about Breath of the Wild. This is a video about 3D Mario games and Odyssey. So yeah, Odyssey is the number 2 pick. We're going to see what the number 1 is, and I bet it will not surprise you. Coming in at number 1 is Super Mario Galaxy 1. Wow, guys. What a fantastic game. Honestly, you could go from quiet sadness in this game to pure fucking bombacity. This is just such a great game. You are so immersed in every single mechanic of this game. It is just a fantastic video game. If you haven't played Galaxy, I don't know what you're doing. It's been out for so long, too. Get your ass up and play Galaxy. I'm not going to say much about this because I will be bragging about Galaxy in videos in the future, and I definitely plan on it. But I have such a nostalgic connection to this game. I remember so many things. Obviously, I can't dive into personal details. This is not a personal channel. But I guess you guys can see what I'm saying. I need to take off my nostalgia glasses because I did this for Galaxy 2. Even though I have a nostalgic connection to 64 and Galaxy 2, I have to look at them as an actual game. So I will do this as Galaxy, and Galaxy is easily the best Mario game. Okay, let's be honest. Galaxy is just so beautiful. Even though it's old and kind of the graphics are dated, I guess the way you look at it, if you're playing on the Wii. But if you are playing on an emulator, this game looks fantastic. The replayability of Galaxy, you could just hop in and completely complete the game without even knowing what the hell happened. It's just so playable. Every level is something different, besides the ones that aren't. That's kind of the flaw with Galaxy. Some levels aren't different. And the game is, like, really fun to complete, in my opinion. Yeah, there's not much flaws with Galaxy. It's an 11 out of 10. It's perfect. It's the perfect Mario game. It's exactly what we need. And we need exactly something like that again. Something so simple, but not simple, if that makes sense. It's something that's, like, not far out there, but is far out there. Its concept is crazy. The story of Rosalina is absolutely beautiful and completely heartbreaking. I don't know what to say. Galaxy leaves me speechless, honestly, when talking about it. People ask me, why is it your favorite video game of all time? And I just have so much to say. But when being recorded with a script and writing this all down, I do not know what to write. Literally wrote, I am at a loss for words. I do not understand what to say about Galaxy. That just makes it such a fantastic game. But just the way it makes everyone I know feel, everyone who's played it has said it's just you cannot like play this game and not just feel this rush of emotion come over you. It was sad. It's quiet. Then it's bombastic again. Then it's loud. Then it's angry. Then it's happy. It's just so many emotions in one game that just takes you all over the universe. And I'm a big space guy, so this is also my personal list. So I absolutely love Galaxy. Galaxy is the best Mario game and my favorite video game of all time. So that wraps up our list for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys kind of agree with me. If you don't agree with me, put in the comments why you don't agree with me. If you liked and agreed with everything I said, make sure to like the video, and even if you didn't like the video, and subscribe to my channel for more Nintendo news and Nintendo videos. I'll catch you guys all in the future. I hope you guys are doing fantastic, and I'll see you later. Peace.